नमस्ते। हम फिर अपने नए एपिसोड के साथ हाजिर हैं आपके सामने। आज हम बात करेंगे मणिपुर की सीनियर जर्नलिस्ट लिंगलुंग हांगल। उससे बात करेंगे और जानते हैं उससे कि मणिपुर में जो अभी क्या स्थिति है बनी रही है, और हाल ही में कई मौतें हुई, कई लोगों को पकड़ लिया गया, मार दिया गया। तो इसके बारे में हम चर्चा करते हैं और जानते हैं कि इसका फ्यूचर कैसा हो सकता है। बात करने से पहले आपसे कहना चाहते हैं कि आप हमारे वीडियोस को लाइक कीजिए, सब्सक्राइब कीजिए। वेलकम वेलकम लिंगलुंग हांगहाल टू द शो।
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you for
Thanks.
inviting and having this show.
Okay, we are speaking again, so very nice to again connect with you.
Yeah.
So, I should actually tell the audience that though you are from Manipur, currently you are staying in Guwahati for safety reasons.
Guwahati. Yeah, I moved last year when the violence started in May. A month later, I moved to Guwahati.
Okay, right. So, let's get down to it. Tell me a little bit of why did suddenly violence erupt, and what are the different stages? I mean, how many who got killed and what happened? If you can just go through that. But first, can you tell us why did it happen?
There was some, so to say, some lull in the sense we don't get to hear much violence during this September, October months. But again, in November, we hear the reports of killings and burning down of houses in Jiribam, that is the border district with Assam. In the first week of November, we hear that 10 armed volunteers of the Kukizos were killed by the CRPF. Then the investigation is going on now as to how that happened, like what actually happened in that incident. And some say it was an encounter. Some say it was the CRPF who were just gunning down them. And after that, we get to hear that on around 10, 11, that the houses, some villages were burned down in Jiribam, the Kukizau villages, by the Meitei armed volunteers. They went to some of the relief camps and some of the villages, and they started attacking the Kukizau people. Then during the attack, one woman was severely attacked. She was tortured and she was burned to death. Then after that,
this is the same woman. She's a mother of three. She was a mother of three children.
Yeah, the mother of three. Yeah, the mother of three children. Then after that, around mid November, there is a report of six persons. Three of them were elderly women, and three children were reported missing. They say
these
they were
are now
abducted.
Meitei.
Yeah, they are Meitei by they allege that they were abducted by the Kukis. Then after around 15 November, some bodies were found in the river, in the Barak River in Jiribam, that were the bodies of these 6 persons. So then violence erupted in Imphal, that is the state capital. Mobs and volunteers were burning down and attacking the MLA legislators' houses, and they were closing down the government offices, and there were curfew being imposed, ban being imposed, and internet shutdown. The internet shutdown is still going on now, mobile internet. It has been extended again and again. After 2 days, they will extend another 2 days. So still now there is an internet shutdown, and more number of security forces were sent in from Delhi. So initially, till last year, there were around 60,000 personnel. Now, addition to that, it will be around 80 personnel now operating in Manipur. That is the situation right now. It is very tense, and AFSPA, the Armed Forces Special Power Act, was removed from 19 police stations, but it was reimposed again. Except the municipal area of Imphal, the rest of Manipur is now under AFSPA.
So earlier, the persons the security forces were actually the Assam Rifles, right?
Yeah, they were Assam Rifles. Now it is the CRPF.
And the Kukijo community actually trust the Assam Rifles more than they trust the CRPF. Is that right?
See, Kukizo, they never, even the insurgent groups of the Kukizo people, they never attacked the security forces. Yeah, that was what the surprising thing was in Jiribam when the CRPF killed these 10 armed cadres, volunteers. There was some doubt whether what actually transpired there, because normally they don't attack the security forces, whether it is Assam Rifles, whether it is CRPF. So now there is a sentiment also building up that there is this feeling towards the CRPF, saying that the CRPF are not good. They were supposed to be bringing peace and security to the people, but now they are attacking the people. Had it been the Assam Rifle, it might be different. There's some kind of this kind of opinion were also going on.
But there was a lot of opposition when they were removing the Assam Rifles.
Assam Rifle, yeah, in the valley, since long back, in the valley areas, the Meiteis in particular, they were very much against the Assam Rifles.
Yeah, but the Kukijo wanted to keep them.
Yeah, especially the women folk, they said they should not be removed, but they were removed and they were replaced by the CRPF recently.
So now that how's the situation now currently?
Now there are a lot of security forces, so we don't hear reports as of now. But we can't say it is tense.
How many people are there still in relief camps on both sides?
It will be around 50,000. 50,000. Yeah, they are still there because they cannot go back. No, their houses are destroyed or vandalized or burned. And those people who escape their village, those villages are the danger zones, danger areas where they cannot go back.
So how are they surviving? I mean, is the government providing them food, and what's happening? Clothing.
The government sometimes, yeah, minimal support is coming from the deputy commissioner, for example, in Churachandpur or Kangpokpi. In Imphal also, basically donation. People are donating. People are helping them, supporting their own communities. There is this community concept, no, supporting each other. So food, at least they manage as of now. And even some people have started trying to earn something, going to the field and working, like in the hills, for example. They go to the forest and get some vegetables, or some of the people who are in the relief camp, they go out as a daily labor, or some women, they've started selling things like a roadside vendor, like that. They are also trying to do something, managing on their own. The government support is minimal, very small. Dal and rice only.
Okay, from what I understand, even the Mizoram government has been supporting camps.
Till last year they were helping. Even the civil society, basically civil society is helping.
And now?
Now, not much, not like last year. They cannot always go and collect funds or donation all the time, because Mizoram, for example, they already have this burden of the Myanmar and Bangladesh refugees also.
Okay, so and then now there's this another situation about how will they survive? I mean, because they are not farming, you said, especially
in the valley, for example, agriculture. Yeah, the agriculture, for example, they are not going to the field because it is unsafe. One of the women who was working in the field also was shot down in between the crossfire. So it was very dangerous. And then there is also a fear of food scarcity, because the valley, for example, is very fertile, and most of the economic hub, it is the agriculture hub. In the hills, it is not very productive. The valley is very productive, but now 50% they cannot go to their field. They are unable to work. So there is a danger of food scarcity in the future.
Okay.
It is a state capital. For example, in Far Elders, there is some rations are there from the shops, from the imported from outside. Rice, dal is there, but basically There is a very dangerous future, very bleak future in terms of food scarcity.
What about being able to report from the actual places, the ground reports? Are people able to report, or just like you are outside, but you would have a lot of contacts
Yeah, they are
because you're
trying.
from there?
Yeah,
But
journalists.
what
Yeah,
about
journalists are
others?
trying. Journalists in Imphal, they are reporting, but basically for them also it is very unsafe. Both sides, the Kuki side, the Meitei side, for the journalists also it is very unsafe. And recently also, some of them get injured when they in the protests. So, but they cannot venture out too much. So they rely on the state reports, the government reports. I mean, police reports, like that.
Or they would have informed, and they would know people. If you're from the land, you would know people.
Yeah, they get this thing. They get information from people. They get information from the police. But going out, venturing out physically is also very unsafe for the journalists and reporters.
So they're not venturing out?
As much as they can, they try, but they are also being careful.
Tell me, what are the peace efforts being made there? You all have new MPs, both from the Congress. Are they making any peace efforts? One is, I think, Naga person, and the
Yeah, MP from Ukrul. Yeah, he was former MLA. Yes, the Congress, the two MPs, they are trying their level best to raise their voice in the parliament. Recently, now the winter session has just started. So, in the previous parliament, they were really creating an impact. And otherwise, the state chief minister Biren Singh is saying that there are peace effort, but I think they are doing it in a very low key affair also. And people, civil society who tries to organize or who tries to do some kind of peace initiative or a meeting, they were also being threatened, and it's not very safe for them. But there was one meeting in Delhi recently. The MLAs were supposed to have a meeting, but we don't know what the outcome is. The Kukizo says they are not attending the meeting, all this. So right now there is no concrete, so to say, kind of this is the process or that is the process. Initially, last year in June, where after Amit Shah visited in May last week, after that there was a peace kind of committee formed, but that did not work out.
some of the civil society people were even threatened when they were making peace efforts
Yeah,
there.
yeah, they were trying to, but they
Who was
were,
threatening
these
them?
are all the this thing, Valley Valley Arambai Tengol and all this, Meitei Lipun and all.
Okay, the two armed groups there, the
Yeah,
Arambai
yeah,
Chengol and Meti
and
Vipun.
Meitei
Yeah.
Lipun. Yes.
Okay. So then even you are saying government peace efforts are very low key, and civil society has been threatened, and the MPs are making a noise in the parliament, but on the ground right now not much
On
is
the ground,
happening in
no,
terms of peace efforts.
no community coming together, or no third person trying to facilitate something that I have not heard about.
So then what do you think is the way forward? How will this violence stop, and when do you think it will stop?
Yeah, that is very difficult to say, because till now, if you hear people conversation or interaction in the social media or in WhatsApp groups, if you see, people are, I mean, one community, the Métis are trying to take revenge, the Kugis are also trying to take revenge, round and round it is going on. So, and then the danger of spreading rumor is also very strong. That's why some people some people will start circulating something, then it will go out, it will become very big, then there will be some rumor, for example. Or if, for example, recently also there was one, they say there is one dead body found somewhere, then one will start uh, creating a new kind of yes, one will doubt the other. So it is a very what do we say, very fragile, still very fragile.
Fragile and fluid also, because keeps changing all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
So how do you see this violence stopping? When do you think it will stop, and how long? I mean, it can't just go on like this. And because I
Yeah,
think students are also
another
suffering.
problem, students are suffering a lot. Health issue is a concern because people need to go to the hospitals, but there are no hospitals in the hills, for example. Imphal is the main health center. So even in Imphal also, the everybody has to fly only. They cannot move on the ground, transport. So the highways are blocked sometimes. The transportation is an issue for them also. And yeah, another thing is that both the communities are heavily armed, both sides. So everybody has arms. So everybody, it's very difficult to stop the violence. Who will stop first is also another issue. Who will stop first? If they are not, if the other group is not stopping, the other group will not stop. So they are waiting for the other to stop.
In that case, the mental, what is the status of mental health of women, children?
That
You would
is
like to
what
tell us
everybody
about
is
that?
saying. Yeah. See, even children, for example, even if we are saying that let's not talk about this in front of them, but it happens. No, they hear everything, they see everything. The adult conversation is only always about this. No, oh, this number of people died here. They were arms snatching here. People are being kidnapped here. So every day you hear this. The conversation is all about this conflict and violence. So it is instilled in the minds of the young people who are growing up. And when you cannot access to education, when your education is being affected, or when you cannot get medicines, when there is no doctor, a lot of mental issues, a lot of depression sets in.
So other civil societies, even in this area, civil societies work to give,
Yeah,
provide counsel
NGOs
and
are
all.
working. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, NGOs are trying their level best to do some kind of this kind of workshops and meeting people in their own way. Yeah, NGOs are doing,
Okay. So
helping the children to do some kind of artwork. Yeah, these are also going on in the relief camps.
okay, good, good. So how long do you think this will take? How long, according to you, will this violence go on? I mean, do you think there an end coming or what?
Right now, I think it will take some time, but of course, I think it will end sometime or the other. It may, but it will take some more time. It will take time. The way it is.
What do you mean by time?
Time in the sense, see, the government is not really this thing. They are not very proactive in the sense of they are only trying to stop the violence in terms of sending more security forces, for example. So you never know, no? These armed volunteers, for example, they are also armed. So when they see a security forces, it will provoke them to be more violent, no? So that kind of thing is also there. So even the central government, the state government, they are not really what do we say? Very proactive in that sense. Not very proactive in terms of trying to bring the communities together.
So how long is Mr. Biren Singh going to be
So
there? When is your next election?
2027,
So
still a
till 20.
long
So are you saying?
2027.
So what, according to you, this will go on till Mr. Biren Singh is there? Is that what you're
See, he
saying?
has not resigned. Okay, more than 1 year he has not resigned, and he is not forced to resign. Nobody is taking him out. That means he will survive till 2027. And if he is surviving, then I think the cookies house at the beginning they said they want CM Biren out, for example. So if he is still there, means there will be still that anger and that kind of sentiments will always be there, no, for the on the cookies house side, for example. And even within the Meiteis also they have said that the CM has to be changed. But it seems there is no new potential CM candidate also within the BJP. I don't know why they have not been able to change. So that is how things are. So he is still there at the helm, at the top of the affairs. So it may take time.
So you are not hopeful in
It will
this
take time.
term until his term ends, and if you have a new.
yeah, the violence may subside maybe in a year or two, but the community, what do we say, community interaction, like for example the cookies house coming down from the hills and coming down to Imphal, or the Meiteis going up to the hills and interacting and doing the usual business, for example. I think that will take a lot of time.
Okay, but you have hope that things will
Yeah,
normalize.
one day or the other, it will not go on and on, because people need their livelihood, business has to go on, and somehow or the other humans pick up things. So, and then of course the government, Biren will not always be the CM. Maybe after, say, even if it is 10 years, even if it is 5 years.
Okay, and so it
So
needs a lot of
that is the hope.
resilience from people.
Yeah, a lot of resilience, yes.
Okay, so on that hopeful note, that peace will come
Yeah,
back
yeah,
one day.
it should come.
What is the role of the church? What has the church been
See,
doing?
the church is lying low. They do help in donations. They do help in donations, but they are lying low because they don't want to be political, so to say. They don't want to have that kind of this thing, political statement or something. They don't want to come out like that. But they do donate for the relief camps. They do a lot of prayer meetings. That is there. That
Counseling
they
also
do.
they must be
That
doing.
they do.
Are they doing also counseling with
Yeah. They
children?
do in the church. They do in the They do in their own this one, in their
You're
own
saying
way, in their
church,
own
but
churches.
there were so many churches burned down. There are still churches
Yeah, in
in the
Imphal they were
hills.
burned down. Not in the hills, in the valley it was burned down. And then if they the Catholic Church did come out condemning incidents and all, but otherwise the tribal churches, they are remaining quiet as of now, not making any statement also, because they don't want to get into, I think they don't want to get into the political debate or something, because people are trying to make it as a Hindu Christian thing also, no? So, but of course, there are elements and there are things, there are reports also where the pastors and the church were being attacked, the Meitei Christians.
So actually, we are hopeful that in the longer future, things will normalize. But in the near future, you are not
Not near
expecting too
future,
much.
but in the longer, yeah.
The near future, you're not expecting things to change too much, except
Not too soon, not too soon.
okay. So on that note, not a very happy note, rather. But
Yeah,
on a
yeah.
hopeful that we are hopeful that in longer term things will normalize.
Yes,
I would like to thank
yeah.
you, Ringlung, for being part of our
Yeah.
show.
Thank you so much for consistently following up on Manipur. Even the media has also been fatigued now, no, too much of violence, only violence. So they can't keep on reporting only killings and death.
Okay, but thanks. We have to keep an eye because it's part of
Thank
our
you.
country. So we have to keep an eye on
Yes,
it. So definitely.
yes. Thank you so much.
थैंक यू तो आपने देखा कि किस तरह से मणिपुर की सिचुएशन खराबी है और टेंशन बने हुए हैं वहाँ पे, और अभी हालात नॉर्मलाइज होने के चांस थोड़े कम ही नज़र आ रहे हैं या कि नहीं नज़र आ रहे हैं. आपका क्या मानना है? आप प्लीज़ हमारे वीडियो पे कमेंट कीजिए, लाइक कीजिए, सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और दूसरों के साथ शेयर भी कीजिए हमारे वीडियो, ताकि लोगों को पता चले कि मणिपुर में क्या हो रहा है. आप हमारे वीडियोस को देखते हैं, डेफिनेटली हमें ये बात बहुत अच्छी लगती है, और आप हमें कमेंट्स कीजिए तो हमें पता चले कि आपकी क्या सोच है इस बारे में. धन्यवाद.